All right, drawing class. This is going to be an introduction to what we're going to be doing. You're going to be inking, just like old school cartooning or even newspaper design. Graphic artists use these pens to draw with. We can use the smaller ones if need be. You have different tips, they all do different things. We can even use these small pointed ones. And what you want to do is you want to get a couple so that you have it. Eventually, you're going to make a comic strip. You want to be careful that you don't press too hard because this happens and we don't want that to happen. Alright, you just put them in there and you just put them in there until they're snug. They're not moving around too much, they're just snug. And if you took my intro class, then you have already experienced doing lettering. And basically we're going to take from the lettering aspect of it and we're going to do a drawing aspect. Now, a lot of cartoonists will use a litho blue pencil because it won't show up on scans and so forth. It's like a green screen. You can do a regular pencil or whatnot. And the first thing I want you to do before we do our comic strip is that you are just going to draw like a cartoon character. You're going to fill the space and you're going to ink it from start to finish. You can do, of course, you can do prelims and all that. And you are just going to draw it out real lightly. I don't know if you can see this on the screen, but however you want to draw your character. If you want to be realistic, you can be realistic. If you don't want to be realistic, it doesn't have to be. It's going to be of your own creation. So however you want to create it. And you want it real light. You just want a hint of what it looks like. You don't need to, put an ironclad in there, okay? And you know that I've done this for a long time, so don't try to get too discouraged if it doesn't come out the way that you want. Okay, I have my pencil sketch. You can kind of see that as it is. You want thick lines on the outside, you want thin lines on the inside. So I have this thing here that I can use for thick lines. And I got this thing here I can use for medium lines. And I got this thing here that I can use for real thin lines. I'm just going to go with this one first. You'll have your inkwell. Okay. And you want to watch how much ink is on your pen because too much and then it's going to cause you problems. So you're going to hold it like this. There's some ink in there and that holds the ink into place. You don't want to turn it over this way. You want it underneath. And you want all your strokes to kind of come towards you. All right. I don't have a whole lot of ink in this. And this paper is not really conducive of what I'm doing because it will not work as well. So you can see I'm having some issues with it. You'll probably have some issues with it. Kind of shaving off the rust on this and bringing some of this equipment back up to par. So when you're coloring in like a complete set, You want to just have nice straight lines to color it in. Flip it over. Yeah, that doesn't work any better. I don't know if it's the ink or whatever that's giving me issues, but because this is not really great ink. It's not setting the way it's supposed to. But anyway, I'm working with it. So, yeah, I know I'm not doing what I'm saying, going like against the grain, but you can see that I'm using my lines and I'm going from left to right. Jeez, please. There we go. I'm not really pressing hard. Might have to go over some of your lines once or twice so they're nice and dark. Again, this is not the paper really conducive for doing this. It's regular printer paper. So it's a little thin. And then I can use the bigger brush for those strokes on the outside so we can get depth and feel. So we get lines with thins and thicks. That helps give us depth and form to what we're drawing. You should have thins and thicks or a calligraphic line to your drawing. Okay. You can use it to go over other lines so that you can show more shadow if you want to. You want to clean up certain areas so you can do that so they're nice and smooth. We'll be using more of a card stock so the ink might sit on it better and not suck up as much as you see it do here. Again, like the reservoir should be out there. Line should go towards you, not away from you. You might have to think about your lines and how you're going to do your lines. Okay. And that's what you're going to do. First one is creating an illustration, fills the space on paper. Second one will be a full-blood comic strip.